Shalom and welcome to Mitzvah Sevara. This year is entitled An Ingenious Approach to a Bracha on the Mikvah. So the question comes up, as we discussed previously, what is the best way for a man to say the bracha regarding the mikvah? We mentioned three different approaches. One makes a bracha before the mikvah, over l'asiyatan, classic case of making a bracha before one does a mitzvah. Or there's an approach that says by Tevila, the minhag to do the bracha after the Tevila for various reasons. And then there's the minhag Ashkenaz, many women, they go ahead, do the Tevila, make the bracha, and then do the Tevila. In the previous year, we discussed the different possibilities. Question is, what is the concept of the minhag that many Ashkenazic women do? They do Tevila, bracha, and Tevila. Now, this is not found in Siman Reish in the Shulchan Aruch or the Ramah or the Taz of the Shach. The Ber Heitev does quote the Shlah that he says to do it. And what is the reason behind the Shlah to do it two times? So some want to say, the Chikrei Leiv says the idea is a very interesting idea. He says, how can you go ahead and say a bracha after you did the first Tevila? Because according to the Rambam and others, and the Shulchan Aruch, the bracha has to be before the mitzvah. And if you do a bracha after you've completed the mitzvah, it's a levatala. It's true the Or Zaru and Siman Yud 10 and the Yoredeya is brought down as saying in Echad Shchita that if you do a bracha after, it would be all right. But most poskim say that if you do a bracha after a mitzvah, it's not good. So what are you doing over here? If you go ahead and you go to the mikvah, and that mikvah counts, so then when you say a bracha, the bracha is too late. And if you want to get the bracha before the next Tevila, well, you're not doing anything. So by saying the bracha after, that might help according to Tosfot, Imsachim, and the Ramah. But doing it a second time, what is that doing? So the Chikrei Leiv says that what the Shlah is thinking is the following. You go ahead and a person has to make a Tanai and says, listen, I am not sure which way to go because there's different opinions in the poskim. So I'm going to have in mind to make a Tanai condition. If the bracha is supposed to be before the Tevila, like Rambam Shulchan Aruch, then my first Tevila that I'm doing, I want it to just be an immersion in a bath. And not a halachic tefillah. And only my second tefillah is the real immersion in a mikvah, and therefore the bracha is before that one. But if we paskin like Tosfos and the Ramah, that the bracha is supposed to be after the tefillah, so then I want my first tefillah to be a tefillah. And Chikrei Leiv says, wait a second, isn't it possible that just by going in the mikvah, immediately that's tahara? Says, no, that's when I did it without kavana, some say that way. But if I have negative kavana, and I have in mind a tanai, a condition, so I could do that in a ma'aseh mitzvah. And I always say that this ma'aseh tefillah is not a ma'aseh tefillah. I can make a condition like that. Negative kavana I could do. Pariv, I don't have any kavana, then it could be I'm yotzei mitzvah. So therefore I go ahead, and I have in mind before my tefillah that if the bracha is supposed to be before, then I want the second tefillah to count. If the bracha is supposed to be after, I want my first tefillah to count. And therefore, one of the tefillahs are going to be the right one, and my bracha is in the right place either way. Because my bracha is either going to be before the tefillah or after the tefillah. The halachic tefillah, not the physical immersion. That's how the Chikrei Leiv understands the Shlah. The Badei Shulchan brings down the Chikrei Leiv. The Sevara Rav Vazna also in Siman Reish brings it down in Siman Reish Ot Aleph Sifkat and Vav in the Shevet HaLevi, and therefore that's the lumdus and the idea regarding women. Now, how many women are going through all this lumdus is a very good question. The Badei Shulchan mentions this challenging point, but it could be a man who's going to go ahead and make the bracha in the middle. He learns of the sugya, and he could go and do it that way. In my humble opinion, that makes a lot of sense to do that. As we mentioned in the previous shir, the Har Habayit says that to do the bracha in the middle. Rav Rimon from Gush also says do the bracha in the middle. I spoke to Rav Ariel, he was comfortable with that position. And therefore, it turns out if a person has this idea, this tanai beforehand, the condition, so then really he has no problem with bracha levatala, and he has no problem having the bracha before or after the mikvah, because either way, he's going to have the right tevila and the right bracha in the right place because of this tanai, because of the condition that he's going to make in his mind beforehand. Shalom.